Alrighty, so ignore the incredibly messy workbench and the birds in the background if you can hear them. This is a modified G11 Charade wiper arm. There's a bit of discoloration from the heat. That's just been heated up with a blowtorch to take the bend out of it. It's actually gone the other way a little bit. I might have to straighten it out a little bit more, but hopefully that's just going to keep the wiper and the blade collinear throughout its travel, which is what you need when you're doing a symmetrical 180 degree wiper. In terms of modifying the arms, this is your center pivot. This one on my car was actually seized, so we've pulled it apart, lapped it, polished it. There's a little split ring in there that you have to push out. This has got moly grease in it, so even if it dries out, the graphite and moly molybdenum should be okay. On this arm right here, this is what goes on the wiper motor. I think the distance between the pivots there is 41 millimeters originally, and the distance between the big pivot here and that one there is 51 or 52. And then this arm across is 340 millimeters. Now that's important to know. I plugged these into Fusion 360, and what it told me to get a rough estimate of wiper blade travel is that this needs to be around 48 millimeters. So I'm going to cut that across, extend it, re-weld it. Yeah, essentially to find out in Fusion 360, I might put up a screenshot. You're going to draw a pivot that is that long, a pivot that's this long, your arm between them, and you can basically rotate that around like the wiper motor does, and it will tell you how far that is going to pivot, which is your wiper. I basically put some masking tape on my windscreen and worked out how far it needs to travel, and then kind of transferred that into Fusion 360, adjusted the measurements until it was right. It's basically just using like a CAD to give you the geometry. So I'm going to cut and shut that just with the flux core. You could re-drill this, but that's a lot harder and sketchier and etc, etc. So I'm not going to. But yeah, I'm going to extend that with another piece of steel. Maybe put a damp rag around here, because these are plastic joints. So if you're doing this, I highly recommend just getting Heim joints and building it all from scratch. But we're broke and we want cool windscreen wipers, so we're going to do it the cheap, cheating bastards way. Let's get this welded. So it's a few months later. I wish it wasn't, but the GoPro that I was using, the microphone died on that. So I don't actually know where I was up to, but let's start with the wiper motor is installed back in there. The bracket got painted and there's a lead on the other side to aid with grounding. So the wiper motor actually runs so much more better because there's a direct connection to the battery now. The other cover plates put back on, the wiper arm got all adjusted and all the like links and everything are matched. I still need to put a bung in that hole. I might 3D print it, or I've got like a set of rubber bungs lying around. But yeah, I'll start up the car and we can see what the wiper looks like. I've actually done a rally day since the first half of this video was filmed, unfortunately. So I can chuck in some footage of a little bit of like on the dirt and it actually wiping away the rain. It's only spitting, but you can kind of get the idea. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, from the inside of the cabin, it just looks like you have a wiper up the middle, like an old truck or like an old Land Rover that has a split windscreen. It's like not hard to drive with at all. The cops might be a little bit interested in it, but I could always put it down to the right or the left down there. So if I bring on some water, which it won't actually do it very well because the bonnet's up, but on intermittent, it comes back to the center. The only issue is that if you turn the wipers straight off, it'll go off to the side. Now that's just the mechanism, but if you drop to intermittent, it brings it back to the middle, and it wipes so much quicker now. It's squeaking a little bit there, but yeah, that's my wiper mod. I think it looks absolutely cool. It's probably pretty like 90s UK kind of sex Becky hot boy racing kind of thing, but I don't really know what I'm saying. But I think it looks pretty sick, like an old Mercedes with the DTM cars. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit mixed matched, and you know, the camera's dead and life kind of got in the way, but like, you still get the picture. I think I explained the geometry pretty good previously as well, so it's not hard to do. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.